Hey y'all, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to the last day of 12 Days of Christmas. Gonna finish off answering the questions that you all have posted. As you all can see, I'm in a different space environment now. I'm in Oakland on my first day of this reserve block at the hotel. You may see some little wandering figures back there in the back. The roomies are here. If they pop their little head in, I'll introduce you. All right, now, all right, y'all, it's a couple hours later, maybe like an hour, got sidetracked. So I'm gonna answer the questions that I got on YouTube, not on Instagram first, which a lot of them were pretty much repeat questions of what I answered in yesterday's video. So if you hear noises in the bathroom, it's because someone's using the restroom. So at Shay said, what made you want to go back to the Friendly Skies and pick the airline that I'm at? What made me want to go back? I think most of my decision of wanting to come back, honestly, was just like a benefits type of situation, not necessarily flight benefits, but health benefits and 401k. We have one of the best 401ks that any company offers. We have a 9.3% dollar for dollar match, which is amazing. So that alone, just preparing for retirement and just knowing that I have that here. Y'all aren't in it. I don't think they can see y'all. We have also been known to get really nice profit sharing checks here that they also now roll into a retirement account for us. Of course, post the pandemic, things haven't necessarily been exactly the same with profits, but hopefully we will get back there. So that was kind of a really big push for me. Being self-employed, you know, you just pay for health benefits out of pocket and it's trash. And then two, I just kind of miss flying. Like, I have a lot of downtime when I'm not extremely busy with real estate, but even when I am extremely busy with real estate, as y'all seen in the past, like, I just can take my computer with me and work from anywhere, so I can travel and work and do all those things. So yeah, I just wanted to have a little bit more layers to my life again. I get bored pretty easily, y'all. So that, you know, that's really why. My cousin asked y'all whispering. He's still I'm not live, but yeah, you can still hear it. Yeah, I don't like going to the airport early.
I don't want to go by
Tell
myself.
Shan that Alexia does not go to the airport early.
Can you come with me? Because I don't want to go by myself.
We both have airport standby. They assign me airport standby before her, and I go in 30 minutes after her, which is very weird. And she wants me to go sit at the airport for an additional 30 minutes.
Yes, I do. I truly do. Come on now. It's not that bad.
Let me see if I can answer these questions and take a shower and pack, because my bag is in disarray. I got to get my life together. Okay, plans for base housing and how is it working now in
for shuttle time?
Yeah.
I have to be there by 2, so I guess 1:40. Yeah, is that it? Is that okay?
Tell them I'll take the 2 o'clock. Well, the 2:20.
Just 1 for me, and then a
2 o'clock. I'll do the 2 o'clock.
Why are you gonna make them go and come? Just come with me.
Fine.
2 before 1:40.
Jesus.
She's trying to make y'all hustle here and go back and forth.
That's the job.
Thank you. I gave a fight. That's true. You're right. But I didn't tell you that I had to pay for my own Uber for my 3 o'clock flight last week.
The plans for base housing. The plan is what I'm doing right now. I am sharing a hotel with a few ladies from my class. And we just split it, basically. There isn't a lot of crash pads in Oakland. One, I don't want a crash pad because I don't even want to get into like that mentality of like crash pad living. And again, there's very few crash pads in Oakland. And how is it working now? I don't know what you mean by how's it working now. Danny.eatpraylove. But I guess just in general, how's it working out? I mean, everything's good. I'm fine. Anthony.13030 says, how are you liking your first month on your new airline? Pros and cons with the others. I kind of already talked about pros and cons too. I like it so far, but like I said, I really think it's a little too early for me to really give a fair comparison. And this week we're having an IROP. Today is December 23rd, I think. And this is the week that there is crazy weather, winter storms and stuff going across the whole United States. So we are in an IROP, irregular operations. So hundreds and thousands of flight cancellations and all of that. So things are a little hectic and crazy anytime at any airline when all of that goes down. So I'm just still really like trying to learn our systems here, and just make sure that I'm doing the right things. So I will maybe later on do a true pros and cons after like I'm done with my probationary period and I've experienced a lot more things, and then I can give like a real true, I think more fair opinion. Travel Girl 2002 says, do you sometimes regret going back to flying? I think regret is a really strong word, and I'm one of those people that I try to live without regrets, but I am still often thinking, did I make the right decision? Because it's a bit of a hard adjustment going back to being up and down and waiting on scheduling and just all of that. And I think that just has a lot to do with the simple fact that I'm not based at home. Like I am just really looking forward to being based in Houston. And so just being based in Oakland makes it hard, and just less enjoyable because I don't like the commuting. Like I don't like it, but I'm making the best of it. So do I regret it? No, because I know that it's going to get better, and I'm definitely looking forward to the day that I get based in Houston and my life is just simplified. But right now I just kind of feel like things are hectic. Because in real estate, I recently switched brokerages. I left NextGen because it just financially it didn't make sense with me going back to flying and things like that, and I can kind of break that down a little bit more later, maybe in another video. So I have that switch going on, which means I'm having to switch over a lot of systems and just things like that, and then I'm also getting reacclimated with flying again. So it's just a lot across the board right now where I don't feel stable, and I don't like that, but I know it's just a transition period. So I'm just trying to deal with it as best as I can. Okay, now I'm just going down some recent questions and comments that were posted on YouTube videos. So all of my training videos are done. Y'all should have saw the graduation video. D2 Nice says, do airlines cover transportation for parents for graduation? No, they do not. Well, they do not at my airline. I can't remember what JetBlue did. I know my mother came, and I almost feel like they did, but don't give me the line. I would really have to go back and like see if I talked about that in the vlog. I really don't remember, but this current airline does not cover transportation for parents. They have to or anybody that you want to invite. They have to figure that out on their own. The only person that gets transportation is the trainee. You get round trip confirmed seating to get to training and to get back to home the day you graduate or the day that you're released from training. Camille K says, congratulations, all the best. Your locks look amazing. How did you get the curls? Thank you so much. I use flexi rods, just the flexi rods. It's my favorite way to curl my hair. I love the way those curls look. Vernell, she says, congratulations, you did not show mommy. I know I didn't. Honestly, as y'all saw, that video was super short. I really didn't even vlog that much during graduation day. I was so ready to go. I could have posted the picture. I guess I'll drop the picture in here so y'all can see mommy was at graduation. I was just so ready to go home. Like, I was so ready. Also, I didn't even change out of my uniform. I drove home in my uniform. I was just so ready to go. So sorry for that, but I'll drop that picture in here now so y'all can see that mommy was there. Truth Over Fiction 2 says, well, I already asked my question. I don't recall, but with so much information to learn and pack in your remembrance, do you have most of this information at hand to refresh yourself on what you learned? I know that you all have a refresher once a year. So we always, everything that we learn in training is in our, let's just say our flight attendant manual, right? We have an iPad that is provided, and every manual that the company has, especially that has to do with in-flight, is in there. This is so funny. Fawn just texted me, and I know one of the questions was, do I still talk to Fawn? Yes. But anyways, so if at any point in time there's just something that I don't know, because training teaches you, but there's no way that you could possibly learn every situation that you could potentially encounter as a flight attendant. So you always have your manual at your fingertips. You always have to have that with you when you're flying. That is a required item. You must have it, must be charged to a certain amount of percent, and so on and so on. So you always have that. And then you also have your other crew members that you're flying with. So if at any point in time something's going down and I just don't know, you have other crew to ask. So yeah. And then yes, we do have recurrent once a year. But nobody likes recurrent, but you gotta do it. Okay, Teresa says, love, love, love your content. Can you consider doing a video on how to study the different types of info? Tips on what really worked in groups or what you need to study alone. Hey, Teresa. Thank you for loving the content. I don't know if I would actually ever do a video on that, because I just feel like studying is such a personal situation. Like, everybody's study habits are just so different. And then I really wouldn't want to put that type of information out there either, because things change so quickly. You know, like, we just graduated in October, the last class. Things can be changing as far as just anything can change. So the type of stuff that we study, I just really wouldn't want to put out there. You know, people need to go, I tell everybody to go into training with just a fresh mind, especially if you've come from a different airline. Do your best to forget that airline's standards and all of that, and just have an open mind, clear mind, and learn the new things that you're supposed to be learning, or your current airline's new ways of doing things. How to study different types of info. But I will say, my way of studying has always been to, especially here at the airlines, and they pretty much all do the same thing. You get homework the night before or chapters to read over. You learn it the next day in class is when you have the lesson, and then either you're sometimes tested on it that same day or maybe the follow-up day. So my habit has always been to just read the full chapter Learned in class. I'm not really a note taker. I just more consume information and it stays here. And that's it. And then tips on what really works in groups or what you need to study alone. I personally don't like group studying, so I don't really have any tips for it. I do it just because if someone asks me to be a part of a group and I can help. But for me, group studying has never really helped me. It may be for some people who aren't able to like grasp information. They need other people to like break it down differently for them to understand it. But to me, you should probably study everything by yourself, and then if you want to just put a little cherry on top, do a group session, and you may catch something that you overlooked. But that's really it. Jolynn Raymond says, when are you going to buy a house? Good question. And how often do you see Spenny and Denny, Aspen and Denver, the dogs? When am I going to buy a house? Hopefully this year. I'll be 35 in June. It's time. So this past year, I think I had kind of talked about this. The house pricing in Houston went up just like everywhere else. The area that I want to live in and where I want to be and type of house that I want, it was costing a little bit more, so I needed to basically wait another year to file taxes again, to be able to qualify for the amount of house that I want. So my lease at my apartment, I extended it, I think, until June. So hopefully this tax season, I'll be able to do everything that I need to do. I hopefully made enough money last year to qualify. And maybe even this job, I might be able to finesse this income into my income qualifications. So we shall see. And I'll definitely, y'all know, like when I actually start the true house buying process, like get pre-approved and house shopping, I will take y'all through that whole entire journey, so y'all won't miss any step on it, and I'll be beyond detailed with it because it's my journey and I don't really care. I'll share whatever. How often do you see Aspen in Denver? Not often enough, but let's just say at least once a week. The thing is that my apartment, Aspen, sorry, somebody was calling my phone. I see Aspen and Denver about once a week. Y'all know they live with Mommy and Junior, which is about 25 minutes from where I live. And my mother always wants me to stay the night, but I'd be like, no. So Aspen and Denver are just way more comfortable over there. And they're just more comfortable over there because Aspen honestly would be fine in the apartment. But it's Denver. She hates being in my apartment, y'all. She hates it so much. And I can tell, like, she just lays there looking at me like boredom. So my mom's house, if y'all seen like some vlogs, you know, they're on almost like half an acre. So they have a very big backyard for them just to run around and do whatever. There's dog neighbors on either side of the fence where they can bark and play with. They just have more space and freedom there. And at the apartment, they're just confined, and I'm just always in and out so much that they're just stuck inside the little 1,000 square foot apartment, 900 square foot, whatever it is. And then I have to take them out to walk them when they can just walk themselves at my parents' house. So I try to go over there minimum once a week, and especially now that I'm flying again, when I fly back home, which has been mostly Mondays, I'll usually sleep pretty much all of Monday. Then I'll either go see them Tuesday or Wednesday. And sometimes I bring them over to my house. Like if my parents are gone, which they travel often, then they do come over to the apartment. They stay with me, or I go stay with them. Whatever is more convenient, just based on my schedule. But those are still my little babies. Are you still friends with Fawn? Yes, I am still friends with Fawn. So Fawn works for Daddy D now, Delta. She's been there what, about more than a year now. So But no, we haven't seen each other in quite a while, which we need to kind of get that together. But yeah, we are absolutely still friends. Fawn don't have a lot of friends, y'all, so I'll be having to make sure that I stay her friend. Keys to Success said, "Did you get those wings?" Yes, I did. Raymond Baker, I worry myself too when I can't remember things. I really like. I've got to start doing like crossword puzzles or something to just get my memory to a better point, because, and it's not just training where I be forgetting things. Like I'm always forgetting. Living My Blessed Life says, rank airline from hardest to easiest for training. I would probably say, and sorry y'all, the AC unit just came on, so y'all probably hear that too. I would say this third airline was the hardest just because of the hours that we were going to training, like between 3:45 in the morning and 5:15 were our pickup times. Like that just made it exhausting. But as far as curriculum wise, like literally it's all the same. The only difference is that it depends on what aircrafts these airlines fly and how many airlines they have and how many configurations. So the bigger your airline, the bigger their fleet is of aircrafts, then maybe the harder it will be. But when I trained with JetBlue, we only had three airplanes at that time. There's more now. When I trained with Envoy, we had 3. And here we only fly one airplane here, the 737, but we have a couple different configurations. There's a 700 and 800. Just keep it really simple. So I don't know. I mean, I would say here is the hardest because of the time frame, and I think that would go either if you are AM and PM. It's either just really early or it can get really late. 2, JetBlue would be the second hardest because that was my first time training, and so all of that was new to me. Envoy, I feel like I could have did that training with my eyes closed almost. So, but that's just what I remember right now. I don't know, you can go back and watch those vlogs and maybe I did struggle through something. I really don't remember. All right, y'all. So just wanted to double check. I have answered all the questions. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for sticking around for all these years. I mean, I don't know how much longer we're going to be rocking and rolling and doing this, but just stay subscribed. I hope you all have had the best Christmas ever. I hope that this winter storm hasn't ruined it for you. I hope that you are warm. Hope your power is still on. You have food on your table, gifts under the tree if that's what you desire, loved ones all around you. Merry Christmas. See y'all in the new year. Bye.